Moment when finally Dallas threatened to score, but a Worley interception cut that off. And as is our usual halftime practice on ABC NFL Monday Night Football, we're going to bring you highlights of some of the exciting, even dramatic games played yesterday. Films selected and provided by NFL Films. And here we go. Metropolitan Stadium, Bloomington, Minnesota. The Vikings playing host to the Detroit Lions. Late in the first quarter, Fred Cox kicking off after having kicked a field goal to tie the game at 3-3. That's Bobby Williams, number 45, who just bobbled the ball. It may have helped him. He finds open space. He is running to daylight. Nobody's going to get Bobby on this run. It's 85 yards for a touchdown, and the Detroit Lions, who must win to stay alive, are leading by a score of 10-3. Now watch this. The Lions striking again. No. Paul Kasulki on the safety blitz. Minnesota playing tough defense as always. A big loss for Greg Landry. Now on the very next play, watch this. Herman Weaver punting from deep in his own territory. The punt is blocked by cornerback Ed Schrockman. Weaver recovers the ball. Tries to move upfield. Indeed, he does to a degree, but not enough for the first down. And this sets up an eventual Minnesota touchdown by Clint Jones, which ties the game at 10-10. Now we're in the third quarter. And Gary Quazzo is hit by Bobby Williams, number 45. You recognize number 71. That's Alex Karras. Recovers for the Lions on the Minnesota 8. Now, Landry drops back. Looks for number 24, Mel Farr. Hits him. And the Lions take the lead 17-10. The Lions added a field goal early in the fourth quarter. It was 20-10 Detroit, an upset in the making, but Quazzo strikes back. He hits Johnny Henderson, number 80. Henderson moves downfield. Finally hit down on the Lions 5, a 40-yard gain. Just 4 plays later, Clint Jones, who scored 3 touchdowns this game, moves in for the score, and now it's Detroit 20 and Minnesota 17. Only 1:51 left to play. Quazzo must strike, and quickly. He drops back in the pocket. Looks for a receiver. Finds for the first time this year Dale Lindsey. 49-yard gain to the Detroit 5-yard line. This is the very next play. Again, it's Clint Jones. This is the third of those 3 touchdowns. Clint goes in for it, and the Vikings win it 24-20. They have a 3-game lead in the Central Division of the NFC with only 5 games left to play. Coliseum in Los Angeles. The New York Jets against the heavily favored Los Angeles Rams. Al Woodall, Namath substitute. The pressure, enormous. The Rams jump to a 7-0 lead. Then the Jets on a 3rd and 2 situation. Woodall hits Don Maynard, number 13. Maynard breaks downfield. Covers before he's down to 45 yards to the Los Angeles 29-yard line. This is the very next play. And Woodall is beginning to look a little bit like Joe Namath. He's right in that pocket. He hits the rookie from Jackson State, Richard Castor, who's all alone. The Jets have tied it at 7-7. We're still in the second quarter. Again, looking at Woodall. The Jets have driven to the Rams 3. He hands off to George Knock, the youngster from Morgan State. Knock is in, and the Jets lead it 14-7. Now we're in the third quarter, following an exchange of field goals. Once again, Woodall, who hit for 10 of 17. This time, George Sauer. The beaten player is Kermit Alexander. Sauer streaks down the sideline. It's a 67-yard pass played to the Rams 11. Very next play. Woodall is now calling plays like a pro. Lee White on the screen pass. The young man from Weber State storms in for the score. And incredibly, the Jets lead the Rams 24-10. Fourth quarter, after another Los Angeles field goal. Al Woodall throwing to number 83, George Sauer. It's another Jets touchdown. The final score becomes 31-20, a big upset. The Jets over the L.A. Rams. Once again, we're back live. Halftime score at the Cotton Bowl. Cardinals 17, Dallas Cowboys nothing. We'll look at more NFL action after this message.
For 10 years, model motoring by Aurora has been as close to real racing as you can get because you control the cars yourself and can do things like drift through the turns and accelerate to incredible speeds on the straightaways. It gives you all the thrills of the 24-hour Le Mans race, except for one, headlights. Now Aurora introduces night racing. 24 hours of Le Mans, the new day and night racing set by Aurora.
Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Packers against the Chicago Bears. The story of this game, the unexpected return and heroics of the old master, number 15, Bart Starr. His club was trailing 19-13 with time running out, and Bart Starr went to work. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the game. Bart drops back. The Packers are on their own 38, 2nd and 10. He hits the tight end, John Hilton, number 86. And it's a 29-yard gain to the Bears' 33. Now watch Bart again. Oh, how he can use that clock. This is the young Larry Krause from St. Norbert's College, where the Packers themselves train. In West Des Peres, Wisconsin, 11 more yards to the 22. The clock spoke for itself. The seconds running out. Bart drifting back, finding no receiver, racing to the outside, in for the touchdown. And the old master brings Green Bay a 20-19 victory over the Chicago Bears. Yankee Stadium, New York City, the surprise team of professional football. The New York Football Giants against the Redskins going into this game. The Giants had won 5 in a row. Middle of the second quarter, the Giants leading 7-6. And Ron Johnson, what a performer he's been this year. Rambles from the 17 to the 3. He fumbles. Mike Bass scrambles for it, doesn't get it. Clifton McNeil does, and the Giants lead it 14-6. Now early in the third quarter, and the Giants are leading at this point 14-12, but that's Charlie Haraway. The first time Washington has the ball from scrimmage. Watch Haraway go. Nobody's going to get him. It's a touchdown, and quickly Washington moves ahead 19-14. Suddenly, it began to look like a romp for Washington the very next time they had the ball. Sonny Jurgens connects with number 42. You'd better believe it, Charlie Taylor. His pass was from the Giants' 28. Charlie's in for the touchdown, and it's 26-14 Washington. The Redskins seemed unstoppable. That's Jurgensen handing off to Haraway again. Another touchdown. All in the third quarter. It's 33-14, the Redskins. How amazingly things changed in the fourth quarter. The handoff from Fran Tarkenton to Ron Johnson. 5:19 into the quarter. It's the touchdown, and the Giants have reduced the margin to 33-21. Now it's the Giants who are unstoppable. The next time they have possession. The culminated drive with this play. A pass to Tucker Frederickson. Watch Tucker go. He looks like the rookie who came up from Auburn, 57 yards. He caught 10 passes this day for 165 yards, and the Giants are back in the game, trailing 33-28. Look at the clock. It speaks for itself. Now the Giants are marching again. Head down close. The handoff goes to Ron Johnson. Johnson sweeps outside. The hands up raised in the glee of victory. The Giants have pulled it out. 35-33. And remember, this Giant team against the resurgent Eagles next week, Monday night on ABC.
Here at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, our halftime score, the St. Louis Cardinals 17, the Dallas Cowboys nothing. NFL Monday Night Football, the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Cowboys, being brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer, who invite you to come in and test drive the 1971 Fords, the cars with the better ideas. By Marlboro Filter Cigarettes, come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro Country. By Goodyear, the only makers of long-wearing polyglass tires. And by the airline of sport champions, the airline the pros fly, the friendly skies of United. We'll be back with more halftime and the second half kickoff right after this message.
David Frost and Shirley MacLaine join Dick tomorrow night.
Yeah. Here at the Cotton Bowl, as you know, the Cardinals 17, the hapless to this moment Cowboys nothing. We're at halftime. And Don, I said earlier, it's time to talk turkey. With the players the Cowboys have, what in your opinion is the key factor wrong with them?
I think it's difficult for me to say one key. They do not have, in my opinion, the leadership feeling or spirit that I feel is necessary to win. Now, I'm not going to say that this leadership has to come from Tom Landry, it has to come from Craig Martin, or it has to come from Leroy Jordan. It doesn't have to come from anyone, but you have to have it. Now, I just checked with the coaches a little while ago, and I said, oh, what are they doing? Are the Cardinals doing anything different? No, they're doing exactly the same thing. So I don't really have an answer. I could only give an opinion like anybody else. I don't think that they're playing anywhere close to what they're capable of playing. I don't think that I just don't think they're playing together as a team. I look out there and I see the offense, and it's not like the same offense that I ran, and I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're doing something that's a little bit different. I'm not supposed to know it all. I'm sorry to not say I would have all the answers. I don't think Craig is throwing with the confidence that he
There's
should
Tom now. Forgive me for interrupting. A troubled man, that's for sure.
Yeah, Tom and I have gone through a bunch of things together, and Tom has his own way, and it's Tom's way. I think he's a brilliant coach. You can see him right now. He's certainly upset. We can see Staubach is warming up, so that means maybe Rogers coming back in. I know Tom feels this way. Tom feels that if things are done the way he says they're done, then he's going to win. And I'll tell you something. Every Monday night, they can convince you of that if they're doing what they're supposed to, they're going to beat the people. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. And there are going to be some changes made, and we may have one at quarterback this last half.
It looks exactly that way. Staubach likely to start the second half, at least from this point of vantage. Now let's go back to Keith Jackson.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. In the first half, the St. Louis Cardinals had 41 offensive plays. The Dallas Cowboys had 36 offensive plays. The Cardinals finished with 7 first downs to 6 for the Cowboys. And as we start the final half hour of action, the score, the St. Louis Cardinals leading the Cowboys by a score of 17-0, and that's Jim Buchan, number 25, getting set to kick off for the Cardinals. The halftime statistics, as you can see, 117 yards on the ground for the Cardinals, and the Cowboys watch the football go on through the end zone off a very strong kick by Buck, and Dwayne Thomas, number 33, made no play on it. The wind is blowing in that direction, so the kickoff had some assist from the wind. So the Dallas Cowboys will go to work 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Pettis Norman is in at tight end. Craig Morton is at quarterback for Dallas. Blaine Nye, 61 at right guard. You see him coming up behind Dave Manders, the center. Walt Garrison, and Calvin Hill is back in there, and Garrison on the first play of the second half breaks it for close to a first down. He's just a little bit short of the 30-yard line. So it'll be second down a half yard as Larry Stallings made the tackle for St. Louis.
Good block by Rayfield Wright, number 70 on that last play. Blocked Kruger, number 70 for the Cardinals. It's a quick hitting play with Walt Garrison going up the middle.
The wide receivers for Dallas are Bob Hayes and Lance Rinsel, and Hayes moves in tight to the line of scrimmage this time as the handoff again goes to Garrison, moving for the first down on the short yardage, gets it out to the 33.
and why would he warm up Staubach and then stay with Craig?
All those quarterbacks warm up when they come back out. They're kind of cold in there. I imagine Craig was over there warming up, too. I couldn't really see from up here what he was doing, but the procedure is you come back and each quarterback warms up the other after the half.
First down, Dallas. They're on 33-yard line, down by 17 points. Calvin Hill. He's up to the 37-yard line.
Tom made a statement, about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He says, I'm going with Craig Martin all the way for the rest of the year, and it met with some surprise, maybe some displeasure, but I think a great deal of pleasure to the team for the fact that they know who their quarterback is, and it's Craig Martin.
Happy man. His name is John Gilliam. He's had a rather significant performance behind him in the first half. Resting, waiting his turn. Second down, 7 yards to go. Craig Martin goes to the air, throws complete to Lance Rinchel. Rinchel out of bounds at the 43-yard line, shoved out by Miller Farr. A yard short of the first down.
Rinchel, very fine outside receiver. You see he's again going to Miller Farr. We mentioned this earlier. They feel that Farr is maybe weaker to the outside than he is to the inside. He gives you the outside pattern. It's a sideline route. That was thrown on good timing. It picked them up very close to the first down. They less than a yard.
Mike Ditka, number 89, is in at a tight end position along with Pettis Norman on the third down and short yardage play for blocking. They give it away to Garrison, and Walt rams his way up to close to the 44, and that should be enough for a first down. Whitley unstuck.
Tell you what, old Walter will give you whatever he's got out there. Really is a fine competitor. He's a very good pass receiver. When he played here behind Don Perkins, of course, was considered an all-around good fullback, one of the best blockers in the business, not very large. Walt learned a great deal from Don Perkins, and they now consider Walt their best blocking fullback. So whether he's running with it or blocking for somebody else, he's going to give you 100%. And that's what you got to have. You got to have everybody doing that 100% thing out there.
Pair of quick first downs. The Cowboys struggling to develop momentum, and they've got to do it now, Keith, because if they lose this one, they drop 2 games off the pace with but 5 left to play, and they'll have the Giants to catch, let alone the Cardinals.
8 first downs for the Cowboys in the ball game. There goes Garrison. He's at the St. Louis 48-yard line before Larry Stallings brings him down.
Tricked O'Haron that time, number 74. We saw Blaine Nye, number 61, actually pull as if he were going around left in. Blaine Nye, in pulling, Heron evidently is a reader, and he was reading down the line. No one blocked him, and what they call a takeoff block, and he came back in the middle for some good gain.
Garrison 8 carries, 38 yards. Second down, 2 for Dallas. That's Garrison. Hard-nosing his way for what appears to be a first down at the St. Louis 46. Kruger, the tackle.
Great play by Stallings back up in the backfield, number 67, as he shot across from his linebacker position and actually knocked off Rayfield Wright, number 70, and slowed down Pettis Norman, number 84, so he was outside.
Dallas now moving from their own 20 that moved to 3 first downs. Have it at the St. Louis 46. Garrison is hit this time before he can get moving. And it's Jamie Rivers, number 53, who made the tackle, the middle linebacker.
Rivers, number 53. Actually, there's a missed assignment there. Nobody blocks Rivers. Nyland's supposed to come off of that block, number 76, and come in and try to shield that linebacker off. He missed assignment.
The gain minimal. Call it second down 10. Morton throws. Intercepted by Stallings. There is Stallings, the left side linebacker for the St. Louis Cardinals, dropping back to cover, picks it off, and St. Louis has it first and 10 at their own 42. And we have a timeout here at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, with our score, 10:55 to go, third quarter, St. Louis 17, Dallas nothing.
Raise your hand, repeat after me. I, Johnny Bench,
I, Johnny Bench,
have switched to Gillette Platinum Plus blades
have switched to Gillette Platinum Plus blades.
because they shave me closer and with more comfort.
Me too.
Me too. Me too what?
They shaved me closer and with more comfort, too.
Now you got it.
Gillette Platinum Plus. Harder than stainless, more durable than chrome.
Double edge or injector?
Can I get some Gillette Platinum Plus injector blades for my brother?
Sure, John.
Thanks.
At your local store.
In Thetford Center, Vermont, live some of the bluntest, frankest people in America. Zenith came here to get an honest opinion of its new Chromacolor 100 TV with a more powerful handcrafted chassis and a more brilliant color picture tube. Result, a new Chromacolor picture so much brighter and sharper, you've really got to see it to see it. New Chromacolor 100. Only Zenith has it.
Larry Stallings, the 8-year veteran from Georgia Tech, just intercepted the ball for the first time this year. The second time in this game, the Cardinals have picked off a Craig Morton pass. Roger Worley got the other one to stop a Dallas try for a touchdown. St. Louis ball, 1st and 10, just outside their own 41-yard line. Jim Hart gives to Johnny Rowland, who has been hot tonight, and Rowland's up to the 44. Ten minutes and 40 seconds to play in the third quarter.
See Leroy Jordan, number 55, the middle linebacker. He comes across, plays off Mulligan's block, gets up, goes down to one knee. Rowland comes around and makes the play. 77, Ron East came in there. Middle linebacker's the big key to the Dallas defense.
Second down, about 8 yards to go. MacArthur Lane. He's at the Dallas 49-yard line. Cornell Green, the tackle.
You take MacArthur Lane, number 36, as he comes out of the backfield. Took a step up. This is a crossing action in the backfield. You're going to have a fold block. It's not actually a trap. If the guard pulls back around, that'd be the left guard, number 55, Goody. They came up on Leroy Jordan, blocked him that time. 52, Dave Edwards comes across. A lot of action in there.
On third down and a yard to go, Roy Shivers is in the backfield for St. Louis, replacing MacArthur Lane. Johnny Rowland has it, penalty flag, thrown by the umpire at the line of scrimmage. Jordan made the tackle. Don't forget, Frank Sinatra joins Danny Thomas Wednesday on the Danny Thomas Family Show on ABC. The chain gang is out for measurement of the ball before the penalty is clarified. It is a St. Louis first down, and that will be the 5th major penalty assessed against the Cardinals tonight. So, holding against the Cardinals offensively, it is marked off against them. The ball was up there, just far enough for a first down, but now it is moved back to the St. Louis 36-yard line. It'll be third down at the 36, and a little more than 15 yards to go for the first down. Hart will go to the air. In the hands of Chuck Howley, and he dropped it. When they're going bad,
Oh, my. You know, it's from a quarterback standpoint, the worst thing you can do, and I don't know how you keep from doing this, but when you start off a game and you have a bad first quarter or a bad series, the natural reaction is start pressing. And pretty soon this carries over to the whole team. Now everybody starts pressing, and the harder you press, the worse you're going to do, usually.
Lauderette the punt for the Cardinals, Renfro and Hayes deep for the Cowboys. Chuck's punt, long, driving spiral. It is Mel Renfro. One good block, two good blocks, and he brings it back to the 17-yard line before he is knocked down by Dave Ulrich and Vern Emerson, and we have a timeout at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas in the third quarter. 9:16 to play. Our score, the Cardinals 17, the Cowboys nothing.
Hi, Al Hurt here saying Miller makes it right. So for a glass of beer that's really deep down good, come on, make your move to Miller.
This is Marlboro country. Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro country.
9 minutes and 16 seconds. Going on the third quarter clock. Cowboys come up. Call it the 18-yard line and first down Dallas. That's Rensel moving in motion. Rayfield Wright, the offensive right tackle, moved on the play, and penalty flags all over the field.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, you get things start going, you're going to have people start jumping, and this series means to Craig Martin whether he stays in or whether he comes out. Now, Craig has not played well tonight. He's got to have a good drive this time. He's got to have a series, or they're going to put Staubach in there, and they probably should. Craig has not had a good night. Why these things happen, I don't know. But you got to have control over that offensive team down there. These guys can do it if they all work together as a team.
The 5-yard penalty makes it first down 15 from the 13 for Dallas. That's Calvin Hill on a sweep. Not much room.
No, and I don't know why they're running out there. Now, you got some, it's third down and 15, and you've got 17 points to make up in a hurry. You're going to have to take some chances. Now, you're thrown into the wind. This is one thing you consider when the ball game is close. When you're behind 17 points, there's no need to panic, but you're going to put that thing in the air. And we see Reggie Rucker come in, and I suppose that's what he's saying. Let's put it in the air.
A loss of a yard back to the 12-yard line. Fine defensive play by Chuck Walker, defensive right end for the Cardinals. Second down, 16. That's Rensel moving. Morton has time, goes for Rooker, and it is off his hand. Incomplete. Jerry Stovall got there at the same time the ball did.
You can't blame Craig for that one. That ball was there, and I don't know whether you can really blame Reggie Rucker for it. 88. Let's say it would have been a difficult call. The thing about it, the quarterback can't get it there any better than that. It was a good defensive play. Maybe he could have held it, maybe not. He didn't. That puts more pressure on him.
That is number 21 on the sidelines for St. Louis, Jerry Stovall. He hobbled off the field, so apparently he has either hurt an ankle or a knee. Harry Brown, number 24, came on in the defensive secondary for St. Louis. Here's Morton looking to throw. He gets his pass away, again intended for Reggie Rooker, and the pass is short, and it is incomplete.
That'll probably be all for him for tonight.
He is 7 for 19, 109 yards, and 2 interceptions.
Nice guys don't always win. I don't care what everybody says. We'll see a split screen here. You got Bobby Hayes on the right side of your screen, number 22. The play was actually a busted play. Bobby looks like that he might be open over there.
Here's the Dallas punt by Whitby, kicking it from the 3-yard line. It's not a particularly long kick. It bounces, and it touches a couple of Cowboys, and Cardinals jumped in there and picked it up, and now the ball is loose. But the play is dead at right about the Dallas 45-yard line. That's Steve Kiner, number 60.
Actually, though, good thinking by the Cardinal to pick that ball up, hoping that the Cowboys would be languid. We'll get back to that in just a minute.
NFL Monday Night Football will continue from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Third quarter, the score: St. Louis 17, Dallas nothing.
Quite frankly, I'm delighted that my football days are over and I am a part of the ABC crew, because I want to tell you something. It really does get lonesome sometime down there in that cotton belt. And now we're going to Franklin Field in Philadelphia, and we watch the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles battle. The Giants were favored, but the Phillies were a little bit too tough that night.
Pickup trucks, except Hornig in the white truck has Champion spark plugs. Hornig wins with Champions. They swap plugs and race up the hill again. And this time, Maris wins with Champions. Champion spark plugs can make a difference. Try them in your car. When Maris and Hornig did, they got more power.
The Big Red from St. Louis, the Cardinals, and their coach, Charlie Winter. A record of 6-2. A big ball game for them as they try to shove the Cowboys more out of the title picture in the Eastern Division. They have the ball, first down at the Dallas 45, and MacArthur Lane is at the 41.
As we broke for that commercial, ladies and gentlemen, this crowd here at the Cotton Bowl started a chant. We want Meredith. We want Meredith. These, I might say, are the same people who, when done by a matter of seconds, failed to win an NFL title. They booed him.
Oh, boy. Good to be back home.
Second down, 6. 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. They go to MacArthur Lane again, and he's at the 38-yard line.
The Cardinals actually are doing a type of a double team block on that right side. Obviously, this is Lily's a new position for Bob. So what they're doing is they're running a double team play over there. They're coming back with what we call a doodad block. It means the guard in the center has an opportunity to come in to... I'm now on camera, I understand. I ain't going back down there, I'll tell you that, folks. Not on a night like tonight. No, sir.
Third down and 3, Coward. Hart throwing for the first down, and it's picked off by Cornell Green. Now it's a foot race with Jimmy Hart. And Hart wins at the 6-yard line.
Well, they got a little sparkle in that one. Now Cornell picked that one off. And Jim Hart, I might add, made a great play to save that one from being a touchdown. There was nobody in between the goal line except Jim Hart. All right, you see Hart. This is from the end zone camera. Hart comes back. Now, Jim's looking over there all the way. Cornell's looking at that quarterback, too. The ball was, I don't know whether it was underthrown or not, but he was obviously looking right at Jim Hart. Quarterbacks learn as time goes on that you try to look the same every time when you come back and then turn to the last instant and throw. So let's see if the Cowboys can do it now.
Craig Morton is the quarterback. It is just short of the 5-yard line, a 59-yard return of that interception. And this is Calvin Hill. And it is Larry Stallings decking him back at the 14-yard line.
Now,
boy, what a game.
We'll take a look at this one again on an isolated camera, I hope. Actually, you see him hand the ball off to Calvin. This is a power play. Stallings actually split his blockers and came in and made a great defensive play. Stallings is having a great night tonight.
Dan Reeves has come into the backfield now with Walt Garrison for the Cowboys. That's Rensel, number 19, moving. Morton to throw. Pressure's on him. Gets his pass away. It is intended for Rooker at the 9-yard line, and it is knocked away by number 24, Terry Brown.
He's visiting with the Cowboys the last 2 or 3 days. The more or less book on the Cardinals, and this changes from team to team. But when the Cardinals play the Cowboys, their big blitz tendency is when the Cowboys are either going in for a score or they've got them backed up. You've seen the Cardinals blitz more. That means send their linebackers in more in these last 3 plays than we have all night. They've been playing very standard defense.
The numbers on Craig Morton so far, 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Third down, goal to go from the 14-yard line for Dallas. It's wide open for Morton. He cuts off to the right side, and he gets down to about the 4, maybe the 3-yard line.
Well, they had them pretty well covered back there. Looked like they were trying to send Rensel in across the goal line. You've got a fourth down situation. The crowd's obviously hollering for him to go for the touchdown. And I believe that's what they're going to do. He did send in Mike Ditka and Pettis Norman and brought Rucker and Bob Hayes out. So he's got his power blockers in there. Let's see if he's going to run or throw. He doesn't have as good of receivers as he does when he has Rucker and Bob Hayes in.
St. Louis makes a defensive change at right side linebacker. Don Parrish out, Chip Healy in. Healy is taller. Morton to throw. He gets his pass away, and it is knocked down. Almost picked off again by Roger Worley, number 22, a two-year man from Missouri.
Well,
they had their shot then, John.
What are you going to say? I don't think I'll say anything.
There is a certain nobility about silence.
I think I may have said too much already.
St. Louis ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Jim Hart, 10 for 21, 94 yards, and the 1 interception. Lane and Rowland set behind him. Lane is collared at the line of scrimmage. Cornell Green coming up at the line of scrimmage with Dave Edwards on the play. Bob Brown, number 89, going out of the ball game. A tight end, and coming in is Dave Williams, number 80. No gain on the play. MacArthur Lane has 47 yards, needs 30 more for the National Football Conference rushing leadership. The Cardinals in this key ball game in the Eastern Division of the NFC, leading 17-0 with 4:25 to play in the third quarter. Hart will throw. Throws it intended for Jackie Smith, the tight end, and it's too high. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for St. Louis at their 20. Jim Hart's college, Southern Illinois. Number 55 is Irv Goody. 3rd down, 10. Cardinals at their own 20. Hart throwing for Gilliam. Too long, and he was behind Mel Renfro.
They tried the safety blitz again, and they picked it up that time. And he did have Gilliam man for man on Mel Renfro, and he did have him open.
The Cards will kick it away on 4th and 10. Remember, Saturday on ABC, Michigan, Ohio State. NCAA football. Chuck Loderet back to kick. The second half of the collegiate doubleheader, USC and UCLA. Michigan, Ohio State, both undefeated. Here's the punt by Loderet. It's a beauty. It backs Renfro up to the 23-yard line where he picks it up. He got away from Healy, but coming down in a hurry is Dave Ulrich, and he made the tackle. 58 yards on the wind-helped punt by Chuck Loderet. I think Mel may have been very lucky that Healy missed him. First down, Dallas, 24-yard line. Morton still in at quarterback. Goes to Lance Rensel. He's out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Roger Worley over there, forcing the play out.
They're going to put it in the air. I think you'll probably see Craig move his formations around a little bit. And again, if he can find a basic pattern that is successful, You'll see him try to change his formations around and maybe stick to that same type of pattern. They've worked, I guess their most success tonight has come from right down the middle or to the sidelines.
2nd down and 3 from the 31. And Walt Garrison meets Rolf Kruger and Fred Harris.
Well, most success tonight came on a Cornell Green interception.
Yeah.
Rolf Kruger, number 70, defensive end for St. Louis of Texas A&M, the younger brother of Charlie, who also wears the number 70, plays for the San Francisco 49ers. A loss of 2 yards on the play. Call it 3rd down and a short 5, and the pass to Lance Rensel, good enough for the 1st down had he been able to hang on, but the pass was too high. So once more, Craig Morton walks off the field to a wave of boos.
No, he's lonesome.
3 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the 3rd period. Ron Whidbey back to punt, averaging 42 yards on 7 kicks. This is number 8. Hangs it high into the wind. Chuck Loderet comes over, calls fair catch, and the St. Louis Cardinals will take the football 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, once again is on the move. This time, a $600,000 expansion project, which by the spring of 1971 will give the hall this new look. Right now, however, the hall still features the same outstanding displays, football films, charts, photographs, enshrinement hall, and research area that has made it the favorite of football fans from coast to coast. The Pro Football Hall of Fame open every day from 9 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon for the convenience of football fans of every age and every team. St. Louis from the 34. Lane and Rowland set behind Hart. Throws Gilliam. Hit, hangs on. Ball squirts loose. Incomplete. Herb Adderley hit him hard as he caught the ball, and then as he fell, apparently he never had control. The clock stopped, showing 2 minutes and 37 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Next Monday night, you'll see the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Second down, 10. St. Louis. Hart will throw. He gets away from Pugh. That's MacArthur Lane. Lane coming out of the backfield, taking that little swing pass, gets it up to the Dallas 48-yard line, and that is a St. Louis 1st down.
I tell you, these Cardinals are doing a lot of things well. You'll see Lane again. He comes in. We mentioned earlier they keep both these backs in the backfield on a lot of their patterns. You see Jethro Pugh, number 75, coming out at him. Lane sat there and looked at him. Got a wave of blockers out in front. Chuck Halley's tripping. Leroy Jordan, number 55, overran it. Picked up another nice gain. They're doing about everything they're doing real well tonight.
$18 yards on the play. Here goes MacArthur. Close to the 43-yard line. Chuck Halley leading the tacklers. That's George Andre, number 66, defensive end. '77 is Ron East. 55, Leroy Jordan. 75, Jethro Pugh. 17 is Jim Hart. Second down, 6. Dave Williams. Incomplete forward pass. Charlie Waters coming up to make sure the ball stayed loose. Charlie, a rookie from Clemson. Jim Hart's passing now, 11 of 26 for 113 yards and 1 interception. The ball is on the Dallas 43-yard line. Third down, 6. Gilliam coming wide to the left. Renfro comes over to cover him. Cornell Green moves up to cover Jackie Smith, who splits out. Here's Hart throwing the other way. Goes to Dave Williams. Williams gets loose from Adderley. And it's Chuck Howley, linebacker, coming back to make the tackle at the Dallas 27-yard line, and that's another Cardinal first down.
Davey Williams has got the great speed. You see him come down, he's going to run a turn-in route. And that's just a very simple turn-in route. Jim Hart has had good protection. He puts that one right there on top of the 8. Came in, hit him a little bit low. That was a good move by Williams to get away from the defender. Chuck Howley comes back in, number 54, to put the finishing touches on him.
Dave Williams has caught 5 passes for 30 yards. They marked the ball at the 36-yard line. And the clock running with about 35 seconds to go in the third period. The Cardinals are leading by a score of 17-0. MacArthur Lane is caught by Jethro Pugh by the face mask, and that draws all kinds of penalty flags.
I don't think there's any question that he had him by the face mask. Let's take big old Jethro Pugh coming through, number 75. He reaches out, big right hand, and he definitely got him by the face mask. I don't imagine MacArthur appreciated that too much. But, you know, when you got a hold of it, it's hard to let go. Jethro Pugh from Elizabeth City College. Down here his rookie year, they had a big article, what is a Jethro Pugh? He says, I don't know, but I am one.
The penalty puts the football now at the Dallas 27-yard line. 27 seconds to play in the third quarter. Lane to the 25-yard line. Leroy Jordan waiting for him there.
The Cowboys felt that they'd be able to key the formations tonight, the Cardinals, and by keying that, let Leroy have the opportunity to go up the middle. They're keying the guard, actually the weak side guard or the strong side guard, depending on what play it was.
There's the end of the third quarter. Our score after 3 at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. The Cardinals 17, the Cowboys nothing.
Frank Sinatra joins Danny Thomas on the Danny Thomas Family Show Wednesday night.
We have 15 minutes of football left in this game. The St. Louis Cardinals are leading the Dallas Cowboys by a score of 17-0 during the 3 quarters of play. The Cardinals have had 58 offensive plays. The Cowboys have had 56. The crowd, 69,323 at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. It is second down and 8 yards to go. St. Louis at the Dallas 25-yard line. D.D. Lewis in at a linebacking position. That is Johnny Rowland. And he is down to the Dallas 11-yard line.
It's a straight slant play, just an off-tackle zone blocking. Rowland, number 23. You'll see a straight handoff. MacArthur Lane's going in the hole. And they pinched him up pretty good. Got Leroy in there, number 55. He missed it. Chuck comes across, number 54. Slow it up. There's a big hole over there. They went right at D.D. Lewis, the new linebacker. He's now out, and they've got Dave Edwards back in.
They put it at the 12. First down, St. Louis. MacArthur Lane may have a yard. That's all.
Lewis is a smallish linebacker, but with more speed than Davey. They usually put him in when they expect to pass, don't they, Dunn?
Yeah, that's usually the case. Dave actually is also always the strong side linebacker, meaning he's the linebacker that lines up in front of the tight end. And they leave Chuck Howley as the weak side linebacker. Chuck has more speed and is a better pass defender. Maybe not quite as strong against the run.
Second down, call it 9. Just inside the 11. Rowland, wide open. Touchdown.
Well, you bet. They're just tearing them up down there in that middle. And those are all my friends. And I hate to say this, but I'm telling you, they're just not playing very good football. They're not hitting anybody. It disappoints me. It disappoints me for a lot of reasons. They're not playing this game for me out there tonight. And I don't mean to imply they are. They're good football players. They're good people, and I just hate to see them play football like that.
66 yards, 9 plays for the touchdown. Rowland getting it, his second. The kick is good. So we have a timeout at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. 13:41 to play in the game. Our score, Cardinals 24, Cowboys nothing.
I get great performance out of it.
We're asking some actual customers why they've chosen new Big Plus low-lead gasoline. Listen.
I'm delighted to see that Esso has taken a lead in an anti-pollutant field where a lot of people talk about something and very few do.
Big Plus is terrific. And at the same time, I feel that I'm helping the cause. Today, everything is ecology.
Well, it rides better. I get better mileage, and it really goes great.
Well, it gives me a good ride, no knocks. I get pretty good mileage, considering that I got a pretty heavy car.
And here I'm using Big Plus, which costs me less money, and I'm getting more for my money.
I like Big Plus because I get good performance out of my car.
It doesn't hurt in the customer's pocketbook.
Well, it's a great gas.
Big Plus, the lowest lead, highest octane gasoline for the money. It's not going to end automotive emissions by itself, but these customers tell us it's a nice start.
Jim Buchan will kick off for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Very quickly here, you'll see his play open up. Johnny Rowland, this is basically the same play. You'll see Mulligan as he comes across and blocks zone Jordan, pushes him past the home, and he did cut back behind him. Now we got the kickoff.
Wayne Thomas at the 5. To the 29. Chip Healy, the tackle on the big rookie from West Texas State.
We have 13 minutes, 31 seconds left to play. It's perhaps time for the old bromide. Anything can happen. You know how fast they score in professional football. Look at what the Giants did against Washington yesterday. We're not going to apply that bromide. We're going to say it's time for somebody to take a look at this Dallas Cowboy football team.
Greg Morton, the quarterback, on 1st and 10. Throws in the hands of Rooker, and he dropped it. Jamie Rivers, number 53, the middle linebacker, was back defending.
There's the epitome of frustration. Finally get one right there, not finally, but you get one there, and then you can't hold on to it. This is when you really need it. I think the measure of the Cowboys is really going to be, you know, what are they going to do after this game? What can they do after this game? Can they play or will they play? And you've got a few games left. They're going to play a tough team next week in Washington.
Second down and 10, Morton to throw. He hits Garrison, and the ball is knocked loose. And Walter was just destroyed by Larry Stallings. There's the standings from the Eastern Division of the National Football Conference. Howard has made the point a number of times how crucial this game is for these two teams. The New York Giants sitting in there with a record of 6-3. And you're going to see the Giants next week against the Philadelphia Eagles here on ABC. The Cowboys have come up on a 3rd down play tonight 8 times. They have not converted once. Penalty flag is down. Bob Hayes downfield, number 22, was flattened in the secondary. And perhaps we're going to get an interference call.
We'll see how this interference, I think it's right. See how it happens. You see, again, it was a busted play, and he stepped on Hayes' foot. And I suppose that's pass interference. I have a difficult time describing pass interference. It was not intentional, but he did trip him. Maybe that's tripping. That's defensive tripping. You call that? You know, Jerry Stovall there on the sideline.
Terry Brown replacing Stovall. Jerry sprained an ankle apparently in the first half, and he has been hobbled some since. First down, Dallas. The ball is at the 44-yard line. They give it to Dan Reeves, and Dan may have a yard. Chuck Walker, number 79 for the St. Louis Cardinals, defensive right end, made the tackle, and he has made a lot of them tonight.
They've been playing brilliantly. The thing to remember about the Cardinals is this. A year ago, they were a hapless team. Their coach was under fire. 79 going off, as you can see, Chuck Walker.
He's replaced by Cal Snowden, two-year man from Indiana. A tidy 250-pounder. Second down and 10. Morton to throws. Passes away. Off the hands of Rucker. Intercepted by Worley, his second of the night.
I'm telling you, that's, it ain't telling you much of nothing, except that things are really going bad. Which I'm sure you can see if you got your set turned on.
Yeah, the whole thing's unreal, but...
So, with the exchange of the ball, we have a timeout at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Our score, 12-16 to play. Cardinals 24, Cowboys nothing.
Last year, we revolutionized color TV with Zenith Chromacolor, featuring Zenith's patented Chromacolor picture tube to bring you a picture that out-brightened and out-detailed every giant screen color TV before Chromacolor. Now, Zenith's done it again, introducing Compact Chromacolor, a big 19-inch picture in a compact cabinet that fits in right where you want it. New Compact Chromacolor. Only Zenith has it.
Gillette Platinum Plus, Gillette's best blade. Watch closely. Its unique platinum alloy edge is smooth enough to split this human hair over and over again. Split it, not break it. You can expect something rather remarkable from an edge this smooth. Closer shaves, with more comfort. It took platinum to do it. Platinum Plus Gillette. Gillette Platinum Plus, for the shave you've always wanted, and more.
You're looking at the St. Louis Cardinals. Roger Worley with his second interception of the night. Now totals 4 for the year. The Cardinals have intercepted Craig Morton 3 times in the game. First down, St. Louis, their own 41, and MacArthur Lane. He's out of bounds at the Dallas 48-yard line. Charlie Waters pushed him out.
All right, you got Lane coming out of the backfield again. They're coming right at the newest member of the defense. This is Pat Toomey, and he's getting knocked right into the inside. Chuck Halley meets the block. They come around him, number 54. Leroy Jordan is in pursuit, number 55. Finally, Charlie Waters comes across from his safety position. Just a total wipeout over there on that side of the line, and the pursuit can't catch up with it. Great run-in by Lane.
On 1st and 10 at the Dallas 48. Lane again. And Herb Adderley gets a ride down to the Dallas 42-yard line.
It's something to watch, that MacArthur Lane. He was a high school quarterback, Don. Then he became a linebacker. Didn't become a running back until late in his junior year at Utah State.
You see Toomey, number 67, and he is the newest member. Here's Jackie Smith coming down him. Number 81, and you also got the right tackle, who is Ernie McMillan. They really wiping him out down there. Herb comes across and bulldogs him down.
MacArthur Lane now total 70 yards in the game, and that's Roy Shivers, number 27 in the St. Louis backfield. He's trying for the first down and gets the first down. Lane has left the game, as you see, on the sidelines. They're playing on artificial turf here.
Well, they're really pouring it into Dallas through the middle, and I was making the point earlier about how the Cardinals came off a dreadful year. Their coach under fire. Their coach is being redeemed this year. And at the St. Louis Touchdown Club dinner, where Don and I were guests before the season started, Ernie McMillan said it all. I'll complete it in a moment.
1st and 10 at the 36, pass to Jackie Smith. The foot race is on, and he is shoved out of bounds by Charlie Waters at about the 3-yard line. A pickup of 33 yards on the fast play to the tight end, Jackie Smith.
What a player. You remember, Don, the last one we introduced was McMillan, and he said very simply, they've said everything about us, including racial tensions on the ball club. We've got the players. This year will prove it. We've got a lot to make up for. We were ashamed of a year ago.
It is first and goal to go for the St. Louis Cardinals at the Dallas 3. Johnny Rowland, touchdown.
Well, they're not particular. They'll go right or left. Here comes Staubach. Save the Navy.
Johnny Rowland, having a big night, has just scored his 3rd touchdown for the St. Louis Cardinals.
They really have running backs, that team. MacArthur Lane. Sid Edwards not even showing tonight. Johnny Rowland. There's nothing wrong with Roy Shivers. And they haven't yet begun to play Charlie Pittman, the youngster from Penn State, except the special duty team.
Jim Buchan out of Larry Wilson's hole. It's good. And we have a timeout at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. And the tool of the evening, 10:44 to play. The score: Dallas 31, or rather St. Louis 31, Dallas nothing. All right, number 25 in red is Jim Buchan. He will kick it off for the St. Louis Cardinals. 10:44 to play in the ball game. The Cardinals are now leading by a score of 31-0. Johnny Rowland, the big story. He scored 3 times tonight. Wayne Thomas and Mark Washington are deep. Rowland scoring from 10 yards, from 3 yards. And then he had the 74-yard punt return for a touchdown that opened the scoring in the first quarter. That's number 60, Steve Kiner, the rookie linebacker from Tennessee. Well, he comes all the way across the field and gets it out to the 27-yard line, and there is a penalty flag thrown out of bounds. So the play was out of bounds. The play, in effect, was dead, and then the penalty flag came. $15 big ones against the Cardinals. There's Johnny Rowland. The personal foul moves it up to the Dallas 43-yard line as the St. Louis defense settles in. Chuck Walker is back into the lineup at defensive right end after having been taken from the game. And Roger Staubach is in at quarterback. Staubach to throw. It is batted down by number 75, Bob Rowe, defensive tackle.
Rogers sets up. Come back on a pass. He's got a turn-in pass. This is the type pattern. It's most conservative pattern to throw because they're going to be playing some zones. You'll see number 75, Rowe, as he comes up. He comes in, and the ball just doesn't get over. Very good defensive play. Rowe is 6'4". He jumps. I imagine he looks like he's about 7'4".
Second down, 10. Staubach to throw. Throws for Rinso. He's got it. He's out of bounds. Inside the 40. Out at the 38, 39-yard line.
See Lance Rinso running a simple sideline pattern. Number 41, Nate Wright, has replaced Miller Farr over there. The ball is thrown and looks like it's very good timing. He sat back and rifled that one. They blitzed the middle linebacker on that last play. It's what the Cowboys refer to as a single blitz, and they don't call this a blitzing. Actually, it's a blitzing situation.
Dallas ball, first down. St. Louis 39. Staubach will run it. He goes down to the St. Louis 22-yard line for a 17-yard gain. Jamie Rivers finally ran him down.
Ordinarily, you say don't scramble, but in that case, it looked to me as if his receivers were covered, and a big hole did open up in the middle, and Roger, of course, as many of you know, does that very well. He is a good runner. Roger is not a small boy himself. He's got pretty good size and pretty good height. He's about 6'3" and a little over 200 pounds, so he's a pretty good running back.
Ball at the 21-yard line. St. Louis 21, Dallas first down. Walt Garrison, no play. Rivers 53, Parrish 57. And 82, Joe Schmiesing, who is in at a defensive tackle position now for the Cardinals.
You know, one of the things people have asked me many times is why is it the backup quarterback always looks so good? Now, you see Tom Landry, he had a big decision here. Number one, a backup quarterback, when he comes in, he's 31 points down. He doesn't have any pressure. Everything he does is he's loose. That's usually why the number one quarterback's not doing well. He's too tight.
Second down, 11. 9 minutes to play in the game. Go back to throw. Got a scramble. Out of bounds at the 6. First and goal to go Dallas. And the crowd loves him.
Yeah, crowds have a way of loving those backup quarterbacks. You know, he'll come back out in the paper again tomorrow. Well, Staubach, why wasn't Staubach in there all night? Now, I'm not saying that he should be or he shouldn't be, but it's just, I've never seen anything like it. It works this way. He gets a lot of pressure. He's almost down. He comes back. He does make a great move to come out. He's a good athlete. And Rogers a fine quarterback. It puts more pressure, I guess, on the coach and also on the number one quarterback when you see a guy come in, and he does do well. Now, maybe he can do it that way all the time. If he can, it ought to be his.
Ball is just outside the 6-yard line. 8:44 to play in the game. Rensel in motion. Dan Reeves, maybe a yard. Rose 75, first man to get it. And Ralph Kruger on top of it.
Another thing that I might mention, and I'll get off of that subject, is that the defense also is aware that they're 31 points ahead, and they play a little bit different game in this situation than they did in the first part of the ball game.
Not a bad average on the ground for Roger, the Heisman Trophy winner from the Naval Academy. Second down and goal to go just outside the 5. Staubach has it. Schmiesing slowed him down, and then came a wave of red shirts. Chuck Walker, 79. Bob Rose, 75.
He's going to make a fake into the middle of the line. This supposedly is to hold the linebackers. You see Jamie Rivers, number 53, as he hesitated there for a minute. He's trying to get to the outside. It's a combination pass by Bob Hayes, number 22, out here. They just didn't open up. Good coverage. What are you going to do with it in a situation like that? You're going to eat it. Hayes is jumping around down there. Appears to be open, but he didn't have a chance to get it to him, I guess.
Bob Hayes has not caught a pass tonight.
That's a shame.
The St. Louis Cardinals trying for a third successive shutout. At number 8 bouncing up and in out of the picture. Now Staubach back to throw. Don Parrish after him, and it's Joe Schmiesing, number 82, that got a hand on it and knocked the pass away.
He had a screen pass called on that one, and that's a tough time to have a screen pass when you've got the weak safety blitzing. As I'm sure you know, a screen pass is when the offensive line only makes a temporary block at their defensive man, tries to slide out to one side or the other to get in front of the pass receiver or the ball carrier that moves out there in front. That just puts too much pressure on you when you've got a blitz coming, and they didn't have time to set up a good screen pass. So they got a fourth down situation now, Keith.
And the ball is just inside the 15-yard line. Here comes Wilson. Staubach cannot get away.
Well, they let them have it. I'm at least glad to see they didn't try to kick a field goal in that situation. They went for it. You're going to see a bunch of red shirts coming. You'll see Parrish, number 57, as he comes in. Maybe at the top of your screen, you'll see Larry Wilson, number 80, as he came in. He got blocked. Stallings, number 67. They're all over him. Doesn't have anything to do. He can't go anywhere. That's getting wiped out.
So the St. Louis Cardinals, who defeated Houston 44-0 and Boston 31-0, they're leading the Dallas Cowboys 31-0. They have the ball first down at their own 28-yard line, and 7.5 minutes to play in the game. Jim Hart, the quarterback. Johnny Rowland, number 23, and Pat Toomey, number 67, made the defensive play for Dallas.
Second time this year the Cowboys have been crushed. You'll remember that Minnesota rolled up 54 points on them. I think it's time to look at the remainder of the schedule because the Cardinals are going to be just one game ahead of the football Giants. Common opponents between the two teams, Philadelphia and Washington. Then the Giants and Cardinals must play one another. The Giants play Buffalo and Los Angeles, the Cardinals, Kansas City and Detroit. I'd have to say the Giants have the easier schedule.
Second down and 9. Hart's pass, good to Rowland. Shakes a man. He's at the 41-yard line, and that's enough for a St. Louis first down, and Steve Kiner made the tackle.
Johnny Rowland, who's done about everything, fakes the draw and slides out. Now, this is the linebacker's responsibility. Now, Stenzik is the new linebacker, number 56. You'll see he really wasn't on him. But he did come up there. He missed his block. We've got Kiner, number 60, so the Cowboys have got their backup linebacking group in there.
Sid Edwards may have a little trouble getting his job back.
That'd be a nice decision for Charlie Winters to have two people like that.
Rowland again. This time he is caught behind the line of scrimmage, works his way up near the 40 before George Andre, 66, finally puts him down. Jethro Pugh, 75, also on the play. There's Bob Reynolds.
He's had a good night tonight. He's done a fine job, as he always does, at offensive tackle. The Cardinals have played good football, and you don't shut 3 teams out in a row. It's very unusual to shut out a team on any Sunday in professional football. So this defensive Cardinal team has done a fine job, and they're putting some points on the board.
You'll have to go in your record book way back to find the last time somebody shut out 3 in a row. Rowland trying to come off the right side, and he is tripped as he gets to the line of scrimmage by Bob Lilly, who has played 2 positions tonight, defensive end and tackle.
I hope with all of my disappointment in the Cowboy performance that I haven't neglected to point out, which I'm sure I have, what a fine team the Cardinals are, because they are a good football team, and they've played good football tonight, and this has a lot to do with how a team looks. And the Cowboys haven't looked good at all.
From the 42, it is 3rd down and 9 for St. Louis. Jimmy Hart. Pass intended for Gilliam, knocked away by Renfro. Mel tried for the interception, didn't get it.
Tell you this, Keith, when the season started and we looked at our Monday night schedule, in truth, none of us relished the Giants against the Eagles. Now it becomes one of the most interesting games on the schedule, with the Giants having won 6 in a row, perhaps the hottest team in football. This coming Sunday, the Cardinals have to play the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's going to be a honey. And should the Cardinals lose, Giants beat Philadelphia next Monday, should they, we've got a tie in the Eastern Division of the NFC.
Lauderette punting. Hayes and Renfro deep. It's a low kick. It may give Hayes a little room. Bob Brown, 89's after him. You see the speed of Hayes, but not quite enough. It was Terry Brown, 24, who got him. So that stops the clock at 4 minutes and 34 seconds to play in the ball game. And remember, Saturday, an exciting collegiate football doubleheader on ABC. At 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, undefeated Michigan, undefeated Ohio State, the Big Ten championship on the line, and who knows, perhaps even the national championship.
And next Monday night, undefeated Don Merritt.
Then, of course, you'll have USC and UCLA out of the Los Angeles Coliseum, which is always a war. Dennis Homan, number 24, is in the ball game. 3-year man from Alabama. He comes off to the left side, wide receiver. Staubach, your quarterback. Remember, Bob Hayes hasn't caught a pass all night. Here's Staubach to throw. He goes for Homan and can't hold it. This Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports, the Phoenix 150 automobile race. Live event, blacked out in Phoenix, sandwiched right in between those 2 great college football games.
There's a happy man.
Second down 10, Cowboys from the 19-yard line. Staubach has all day, but he finally runs out of time as Cal Snowden, defensive right end, number 87, got him.
Staubach's coming back, and he's desperately looking for some receivers down there. And there were just not anybody open, I guess. The Cardinals are doing a fine job with their secondary and covering. Snowden is coming around. I don't really think we can give Neely a bad time about that block because it really did take a little bit too long to throw. And I don't know whose fault it is. There's either nobody open. If it was, it didn't hit him.
The loss is from the 19 back to the 8. Third down and 21 for Dallas at their own 8. From the end zone, Staubach to throw. His pass on the way, intended for Holman, and almost picked off by guess who? Larry Wilson. You know, it must be almost demoralizing, Don, as a quarterback to have to try to outguess Wilson.
Well, that's true. He's a real pro. You'll see Staubach go back to throw. He really does take a pretty good lick when he throws this one. It's overthrown well. You'll see Parrish, number 57, as he comes through. It gives him a pretty good wipeout. That Parrish is a good linebacker. He's a rookie. He's doing a fine job.
I remember some people who said he was too small, too short, too light to play.
He won the Pop Warner Award, you'll remember, when he got out of Stanford as the athlete of that area.
Fourth down, half a mile to go, and the punt by Whitby. Long, low spiral. And Lauderette at the 39. The young man from Rice comes back to the 49, where D.D. Lewis cuts him down, and the Cardinals have it first and 10 with 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the game. Next Monday night from Philadelphia, the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles.
And the dispirited, frustrated Don Meredith will seek revivification on that occasion.
You know, I have no idea what that word is, Howard, but, you know, at this point, I don't care. You can use as many big ones as you want to. I'm going to show up. I'll be up there.
Roy Shivers is in the backfield. Hart gives it to number 89, Bob Brown, the big tight end who came whistling around. And he took it down to the Dallas 43-yard line. D.D. Lewis made the tackle. Bob Brown, 6'2", 225 from Alcorn A&M. .319 to play in the ball game. Johnny Rowland. Steve Kiner drags him down. He's got a first down. Ball is on the Dallas 38.
You see Toomey, number 67, as he comes in. Again, you'll see Reynolds come across, number 73. And they're just pushing him around in there. This is the thing that... obviously, we've said again, you see a new guy in the lineup, they're going to check him out. We've got a bunch of new guys. This Kiner 60s in there, made that one. He's another rookie. Toomey makes the tackle, I guess, that time.
Johnny Rowland chucking it down to the 35-yard line. Second down, and about 8 yards to go.
Keith, I'd like to take this opportunity to say that in response to numerous inquiries, Dr. Donald N. Dedman, acting president of Marshall University, is establishing a memorial fund within the Marshall University Foundation. This fund will memorialize those who lost their lives in the air tragedy on November 14, 1970. Contributions should be sent to Marshall University, to the attention of the Marshall University Foundation Incorporated Fund in Huntington, West Virginia. At this time, the university cannot anticipate the wide range of needs to be served by this fund.
2 minutes to go in the ball game. NFL Monday Night Football continues from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. The score you see, the Cardinals have 31, the Cowboys nothing.
Come fly with me, let's fly today.
What are you giving your wife for Christmas? Something nice? Something as extra special as she is? United Airlines suggests you give your wife Hawaii for Christmas. You can go any time of the year. United offers several low-cost Hawaii tours. Call your travel agent. He'll arrange everything. Think of it. You and your wife in Hawaii. It just might make a new woman out of her. Might even make a new man out of you.
Fly the friendly skies of United.
See your travel agent about United's special Hawaii tours. And when you give your wife Hawaii for Christmas, you'll receive this beautiful gift book, The Hawaiians.
The red-shirted St. Louis Cardinals with a 31-0 lead. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Have it second down and 8 at the Dallas 35-yard line. Just a little short of 35. Shivers and Rowland are the setbacks, and it goes to Rowland. And Rowland squirts inside the 30, gets to the 29-yard line before Steve Kiner knocks him down. And Rowland has had a big night. He's getting up around the 80-yard mark now in his total yardage for the night. MacArthur Lane left the game with 70 yards. He needed 77 to overtake Larry Brown of Washington for the rushing leadership in the National Football Conference. 83 checking into the lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals is Jim McFarland, the tight end from Nebraska. Third down and a couple of yards, and it's Shivers. Look out. Adderley's got him by the shirt tail, but can't hang on. So Roy Shivers breaks it from 29 yards and goes in for the touchdown. Utah State's Roy Shivers.
Don't really think it makes much difference at this time of the game, but they are coming back at Toomey. Bless his heart. No, he's just coming through there. There's not anybody. Cornell has a shot at him, number 34. Makes a good job of running, and that is great balance. I tell you, Shivers made a great run. But I think they can run about anywhere they want to.
The extra point try is good. A minute and 8 seconds to play in the ball game, and the Cardinals stretch it out. 38-0. In 1935, the New York Giants shut out 3 straight opponents. It has not happened since, but it may happen tonight. We'll see. A minute and 8 seconds to play.
Figured to be a Steve Owen coach team that would have done that. What a master he was in coaching defense. You remember, Don.
Yeah, I remember him well, Howard. Steve was always a lot of fun. Wish he was here tonight if he was that much fun. I really, you know, I've got to apologize. I've really not done a very good job tonight, and I feel bad about it, but I was really looking forward to this ball game. I was coming home and to see these guys play and look forward to it, and I think I've let myself get too involved in the ball game, so I'm going to apologize to you folks there at home. I'm going to do a lot better next week.
Jim Bucket will kick off. Mark Washington and Dwayne Thomas are deep. Floats. Thomas.
He'll fumble. I'll be dadgum if he didn't.
Terry Brown, number 24, drops him at the 14-yard line, and there the Cowboys will have to go to work. The executive producer of ABC Sports is Boone Arledge. NFL Monday Night Football, produced and directed by Chet Forte, co-produced by Jim Feeney and Dennis Lewin, co-directed by Lou Bopicelli. Our associate director, Lou Frederick, our technical directors, Bill Morris and Jack Hughes, engineering supervisor, Roy Robbins, unit manager, Frank Hollop, and the assistant to the producers, Bill Urich, our statistician, Arthur Friedman, our spotter tonight, Jack Doherty. We're inside a minute now, the clock running, as Staubach fades to throw. Nobody to throw to, and Chuck Walker has him back on the 12-yard line. And the loss is 2 yards. It'll be second down 12.
Keith, we made note of the fact earlier that MacArthur Lane has corralled 70 yards tonight, thus trailing Larry Brown as of this moment by 8 yards in the race for rushing leadership. But in getting the 70 yards, he did pass Ron Johnson of the Giants, who was only 11 yards behind Larry Brown.
Johnny Rowland has 80 yards tonight.
Not too bad.
And 3 touchdowns.
Not too bad.
41 seconds to play in the ball game. The gentleman with the large crying towel is Don Merritt.
That's about all I can get out.
What a night for Johnny. Easy to smile after a night like this.
You can see right there, winning sure is a lot more fun.
They got a lot to think about. The last time they played the Giants ripped them.
Second down, 12, Dallas. They're on 12-yard line. 41 seconds to play. Staubach still trying to get on the board. He goes over the middle for Holman, and Denny's got it. He's open. And Terry Brown runs him down at the St. Louis 45-yard line.
Yahoo-wah! Yahoo-wah! Take a look at it from the end zone. You know, they're going to throw this thing, and you're throwing it down the middle. Dennis Holman's running a crossing route. Slipped it in. Larry Wilson overran that one a little bit, but not enough to really matter.
Terry Brown, hard-nosed youngster from Oklahoma State, made the tackle. The play gained 43 yards. 30 seconds remaining. Saturday, Michigan, Ohio State on ABC. USC, UCLA, collegiate doubleheader. Next Monday night, New York Giants at Philadelphia on ABC. Here's the pass for Hayes, and it is overthrown as Staubach tried to find the speedster down the sidelines, and running right with him, Worley, Roger Worley.
The two gentlemen from Missouri have had great nights, Keith. Johnny Rowland and Roger Worley.
Roger Worley and Johnny Rowland from Missouri have not played badly.
You're right, Howard. Don Meredith is telling it like it is.
We're going to have to get more people from Missouri to play for the Cowboys. That's all I can tell you.
Well, they've got one up there that's going to be out pretty soon, a fellow named Joe Moore. Been injured for much of the season. 25 seconds to go, second down and 10. From the 45, and Staubach hunting somebody to throw to. Throws, it is intercepted.
Well, maybe he's the only one open. Hit the ones that are open, that improves your percentage.
Nate Wright, second-year man from San Diego State, made the interception, bounced out of bounds. That's why the ball is brought back to the 21.
There he is. Bless your heart, Tommy. It's going to be tough. There's Ernie Stoutner there with him. I have no idea what's going through his mind right now.
The Cardinals have intercepted the Cowboys tonight 4 times. The Cowboys have fumbled it away twice. They've turned it over 6 times. St. Louis leads 38-0 with 17 seconds to play. Jim Hart takes the snap and sits down. Now the Cardinals will let the clock run out.